I'll ask you about the streak set now. I mean, how do you feel the team responded to that and going forward, focusing on what the other tasks at hand?
Yeah, I don't think anybody on our team really cared about the streak set because it's pretty irrelevant for our sport. But I thought we played great on Sunday, and there's a lot of excuses we could give ourselves for being a little flat on Friday, and we still won and ended on a great note in that set 4, and then played great on Sunday. So it was a really good trip, and I think everybody was fired up with the way it ended.
Worked you? Where did that show up? And
just defense. You said they were making defensive plays. We weren't, and I think that's a pretty strong indicator of being outworked.
So it was like your team outdid USC by 25 in the following match.
What'd you say?
You outdug USC by 25 the following match. It was
Great.
like seeing them respond in that way.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. We started off strong, dug a lot of balls. You could tell we were on a mission.
How helpful will that be to your end goal, which is winning a national championship, losing a set but not a match?
I really don't think it has makes any difference at all. So, if we lost a set or not, or if we lose a game or not, I think the goal stays the same and the mentality is the same.
But how can that help, learning from that situation, maybe the mental side of it?
Yeah, I think we put ourselves in so many tough situations in practice, and we're constantly talking about what we're learning each game. Whether we lose an actual set or not, I don't think that has any bearing on if we're going to win a national championship or not. So, of course, we're losing lessons every single game, no matter what the score is. And our team is learning things every day in practice still to this point. And so I think we're in a pretty good spot. Again, I thought UCLA played great, and I thought we had to match that, but I don't think anybody felt this pressure that we really needed to feel, or I don't think this team really needs that at this point.
You got big crowds on the road at a lot of places. Did it feel any differently that happened in LA this weekend?
It felt like, to me, a lot like the Rutgers game, just, people that traveled from far away and that can't make it to Lincoln or can't get tickets here, and they just want to see us play one time live. And I don't know, the vibe was great. It felt like a lot of people on vacation, and then they came to check out a match. And those fans are always so excited and appreciative, and it just creates an awesome energy. Like, somebody gets a great dig and the crowd goes wild, like in the middle of the rally. I mean, that's a really fun atmosphere to be a part of. So I loved the road games out there. They were great. I actually got stopped in the middle of a mall by somebody who wanted a picture, and they'd come from Canada to see the game. So, I mean, that's when you're in Beverly Hills and you're at the mall and you're the volleyball coach, you don't expect to be stopped for a picture. There's plenty of other stars out there. So, but when you talk about worldwide, it's pretty cool how the brand of Nebraska volleyball.
Has just the depth on the roster been, both in game but also in the competitiveness of your practices?
It's been huge. I've said it since day one, and I think every single week since then. It's just we mix up teams every day. Everybody has to be sharp. Everybody knows that somebody can come in and challenge them, and we're going to make changes when we need them. So it's been great, not only for rest and to have a lot of people rotating positions, but it's been awesome to see players deliver in games and just give everybody confidence and a lot of confidence in each other.
What do you see out of Indiana on Saturday, another road game, and having a pretty special season and a good hitting team?
They're great. So they have a freshman setter who it's fastest offense we've played by far all year, so that'll be a huge challenge. It's always tough adjusting to that type of offensive pace. And they believe, and when you catch teams that are playing great and believing, it can be magical. So that'll be a very, very tough match for us for a lot of reasons.
Where has this freshman class kind of grown the most throughout the course of the season?
I think they're just the way they've gotten comfortable in their roles, and they've all been awesome. We have a few that are redshirting. We have Terea, who's playing a lot, and Campbell, who's a backup but doesn't really know if she's going to get in or not. And just their mentality has gotten so great, and just the way they've embraced those roles. And this year, and also understanding that it could mean for their roles in the future. And I think that's just allowed them to be free in practice and continue to challenge the starters, even if they know they're redshirting. They don't coast. So I think they've just been an awesome group and kind of an anchor of our team.
We hadn't talked to you since signing day. What do you just like about the three girls you're bringing?
Yeah, they're all so athletic, and on top of that, great people. I wasn't really around for their recruiting process, but I did recruit them when I was at Louisville and had talked to them, all three of them actually, a couple times. So was pretty familiar with them, and I just think they're going to be able to make immediate impacts, just the type of players they are. They've all played at a really high level of club, and they're just not only great people, great players, but also very smart volleyball players, which typically translates well as freshmen.
You're appreciative of all of the staff who stayed from last year, but specifically on Jalen, can you speak to the what it's allowed you with the continuity in recruiting and on the defensive side of the court to have him here?
Yeah, Jalen's a pretty relentless recruiter, and he wants to be out recruiting. He wants to be on the road. He loves building the relationships, and to have somebody that loves doing it and takes a lot of pride in it is huge. And then I think that's just been great for bridging the gap between John and myself, is having somebody that has been here for both and can speak to both experiences and has already gained the trust of a lot of those recruits. So it's huge. Definitely big for this program. It's also just big for me too, like trusting his eye, or like why these kids are committed and where they fit in. It's just that he's been here for 8 years, and he really understands everybody's role and what their roles could be.
Coach, you have a chance to clinch the Big Ten title this week, but about a week ago in the season, in your first season here in Nebraska. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's pretty great. When we joined the Big Ten, I was an assistant coach, and I mean, it was really tough. It's always really tough to win the Big Ten, and I think I don't know when Nebraska won its first Big Ten. You guys probably all know, but I know I was here for one of them. I don't remember what year it was, one or two, but to be able to just continue the tradition, this will be the third in the row, hopefully, if we can clinch it. And I think that's a huge, huge deal in this conference, and pretty proud to not have taken a step back and, to deliver on the championship. But a lot of people have asked where's that rate, the Big Ten versus the national championship? And, clearly the national championship's the goal, and the Big Ten is like the icing on the cake.
The men's women's basketball teams just the past few years been playing up in South Dakota. Just if you had the opportunity, maybe a spring game or something. I know the first serve was there for some matches this year. Just have you ever thought about Sioux Falls and just playing a matchup there?
We're always thinking about great places to go play. Of course, taking away from home games is kind of a bummer, but we always think that would be a great place for us to go, and basketball's proved that it's awesome, and I know they really enjoy it and have a lot of success there.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.